Hi, I'm Ben Armstead. My height is 5'9" 3/4", and I'm 200 pounds.
Hey, bud. Go ahead and tell us about what you trained today, the workouts you did, what you liked about it too.
Okay. Yeah, we trained back today. I'm actually at a new gym, so it was kind of fun. We had to find equipment and different movements that kind of worked for me. So we started out and the lat pull down cable machine. Rep ranges, I've been kind of practicing. I listen to a lot of podcasts from like Advices Radio, and pretty much I'm practicing on just hitting the effective reps. So it's a lot of warm-up sets, working up to my comfortable weight that I'm going to hit, let's say 8 to 10 reps. So I'll go ahead and I'll crash through there. If I hit 10 reps and there's more in the tank, I'll continue to hit reps all the way until pretty much till failure. And judging on how that first set goes, that's how I judge my weight for the second set. So if I hit too many reps, I'll go ahead and I'll increase the weight. If I don't hit enough reps, I'll go ahead and I'll decrease the weight. And that's kind of how I trained the first 3 exercises today. So again, I first started at the lat pull-down machine. Then we started out with a machine, kind of pull-down machine, training lats and hitting everything. Then went to a low row, kind of like a center grip on it. And then we ended with another plate-loaded machine that was more of like a row machine. After that, we finished up with some biceps. Started on a machine, didn't really like it. It was kind of hard to get like a full contraction on it. You'll probably see. So we did about 2 sets there, and then we moved on to dumbbells. Dumbbells, we did a seated dumbbell alternating curls, just really focusing on the movements. And then we finished out with 1 set of concentration curls. And you'll notice at this point I was pretty much done after rep 5. So what I did was pretty much do forced reps on myself, which was, pulling the weight all the way up and then, controlling the weight on the way down on like a controlled negative.
So let's talk about this. So you did the Michigan show. Tell us what the experience was like, and then we'll go into how everything's going on now.
Yeah, so I competed in the Michigan actually a little bit over 2 weeks ago. The experience was great. It was my first time actually competing in, the classic bodybuilding, and also I competed in light heavyweight bodybuilding. I think my conditioning and my presentation was really on point. We really had, we really, I think, almost out-conditioned most of the competitors at the show. And then my presentation, I was practicing almost since February on my posing, so I was pretty prepared. But, the judges looked like I was a little bit, my proportions weren't right, I know. But, so kind of like my legs are a little bit smaller than my upper body. I do need to add some more mass to my thighs, and especially like my adductors and my hamstrings. Next time I come into a show, I think I just need to be maybe about 8 to 10 more pounds of stage weight coming in. And if I can bring the same level of conditioning, I think I could do a lot better.
And now you get put on, since your last show, though, before this show, you put on, 20 pounds of your muscle?
Well, I put on probably about 10 pounds of lean mass. Yeah, because, I think when I was competing in physique, I was about like 168 to 170 pounds on stage. This year I competed about 180 pounds on stage. So I think about 10 pounds, but also I was leaner this year as well. So it's kind of hard to judge exactly how much lean mass, compared to, what was there, Yeah.
How's everything been since the show went to, like, your rebound? Obviously, your conditioning's still really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Bigger, so
Yeah.
how's the rebound?
Yeah. My body was extremely receptive, I think, after being so lean. So a few cheat meals after the comp. I filled out some, and then right back to my base diet. Other than I just kind of added about 50 carbs to the diet, and then then I add probably another 2 cheat meals a week. And even with that, it's the weight kind of poured on pretty quick. So if we're going from like 180 pounds to 200 pounds 2 weeks later, and that's actually with doing my best to control my weight. if I would have just went out and ate everything like an average American, I think I'd be up another 10, 15 pounds from here. So really just trying to use, control, discipline throughout the day, but then trying to loosen up on a few of those dinner meals and trying to put those calories back in, getting my body to bounce back.
And going back for people who don't understand, like you haven't done a show and everything, can you explain what it's like when you're coming off a diet like that? Kind of like the experience going to the gym, how you get better pumps.
Yeah.
Your body fully depleted.
Yeah, so when you're pre-contest, like especially a couple weeks before, you're very depleted. So it's very difficult, to get a pump and to hold a pump. We're really like eating extra salt, making sure you're drinking your water, doing everything you can in order to, just stay full. Post-show, when you start adding those dirty meals back in and adding, you go out and have some ice cream and a few beers or something, your body's just starts retaining everything. It's like you're a dry sponge, and as you start adding water to it, so it's very, very sensitive and just starts absorbing pretty much everything you throw at it. So there's a couple different ways to rebound. You can rebound with a bunch of fat and water and, kind of go off the bandwagon eating whatever you want. Or, stay disciplined, keep those meals in, keep the protein in, keep the complex carbohydrates in, and slowly reverse your way out. And even still now, increasing my calories as much as I have, I'm still hungry after every meal. So I'm not even out of it yet. I think I probably got another 2-3 weeks of just adding a little bit more calories here and there, but still feeling like I'm dieting, even though I'm putting on weight.
How strength?
Yeah. Yeah, so since getting back in the gym and eating a lot more food, strength's been really increasing, but also right post-show, you want to be careful with that because, your soft, your tissue and, I guess like pretty much your tendons and everything need a little time to recover still. So you can go right in and blow something right out because your strength will be there. You'll come back very strong and your pumps are ridiculous. You'll get a pump after 3 reps, you know what I mean? Actually, sometimes I get a pump just brushing my teeth right now just because my body's not used to it. Just this extra, the carbs and water and everything there. It's just in a good state for growth, though, for sure. Just yeah, my body's very sensitive, very insulin sensitive. So anything that I add to it, it just absorbs. And now that I've absorbed everything, I'm fully loaded with glycogen. So like my muscles and everything, I'm very, very full. So glycogen's fuel, so as soon as you start lifting or doing anything, it's just very easy in order to get a pump, hold a pump, or be strong and be strong through your workouts.
So what are plans for the off season?
Yeah, so plans this off season are obviously to grow. These new classes that I'm competing in are going to be pretty challenging, so we're just going to have to put on some size. I'm not in a big rush for it. I'm going to just kind of put on quality over quantity and take my time and build my legs up, but also the rest of my frame. Really, I need to grow my legs, but I need to grow overall just as a bodybuilder. So, off season, I would like to, hopefully get my body weight up to around 215 to 220, but be more around like the 10% range, So right now I'm about 200. Yeah. Yeah, but I think if I bounce right up to 220 right now, I won't be 10%. It's gonna take some time. I have a very fast metabolism, so even to put that weight on, I'm gonna be eating a ridiculous amount of food. Yeah. I'd like to thank my wife Haley, my coach Scott McNally, and my training partner Jared Woolwine.
Okay, well, we will give you a few weeks to get into the serious off-season. We'll catch up with you in a few weeks and see how everything's going.
All right, thanks.